Hello my friends, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we are going to conclude our little Going to Canada series. If you are new here or if you haven't been caught up with our videos, you may not know that I went to Canada with Paul back in October, and I've been just kind of walking you through what the trip looked like. I didn't get to film as much as I would have wanted to, but I still thought the clips that I did film, I would come and sit and talk to you and tell you a little bit about what we did. And honestly, being completely transparent with you, sometimes these memories are good for me, not just because I want to put it out here on YouTube. It's a way that I can categorize and look back on these memories in years to come. So I hope you've enjoyed it, but I hope that when I look back at these videos, I'm enjoying it. So on our I think last 2 days while we were in Canada, I was able to meet up with my friend Becca. I saw her at church for like maybe 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes on the Sunday of Thanksgiving weekend. And then on the Tuesday, we met up again. And it's so funny because I met up with her quite last minute and quite at the end of my trip, but Becca was the person I ended up spending the most time with. Ended up being quite bizarre. So on the Tuesday before we left, or was it the Wednesday? No, it was the Tuesday before we left, we ended up going downtown and just walking around. It was so cold. I do feel colder here in England than I do in Canada, but if you saw the last video, you would know that I didn't bring a lot of clothes with me because I was trying to go with an empty suitcase so I could bring a lot of stuff back. So I just wasn't dressed for the weather, and it was already like in the mornings. I think it was like already -4 or -6 when we were leaving. But if you look at the videos at the beginning of my trip to, you know, some of the footage that you're gonna see coming up here, you can see like most of the leaves are gone off the trees. It was quite cold. But we took Paul on a walk through the river valley, and again, I've mentioned in these videos that depending on if you were vaccinated or not, really dictated what you could go do and what you couldn't do. So we did a lot of walking with a lot of people because the restrictions were what they were.
Caught behind Venetian blinds, out of reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong. Hey, look at me, man, what I've become. I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since '99. What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket in plain sight all along. I think it's time for me to go, burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way, fell between the foam, pulling stitches. Time to let go, so come what may. Don't look before you leave.
Now, after we walked our little heinies off, we ended up going over to our friend Adrian's house, and she cooked us a Thai dinner. It was like a Thai green curry. It was quite tasty, and it was so nice to catch up with her. I was able to meet her roommates and just spend some more time with Becca and Adrian. Becca and Adrian were two people that I hung out with all the time. Adrian is the only other person that has come here. I think I mentioned in one of the previous videos that my cousin Paul has been here, and then Adrian has been here, so it was so nice to catch up with them at home. And in one of the clips that you'll see that there was a glass of like some milky looking substance. Oh my gosh, one of the things I miss so much is eggnog. And at the time of me filming this, it's December 6th. You're probably not gonna see this until the new year. But, you know, one of the things that I am missing so much right now is eggnog. I am gonna make some tomorrow. because I have some friends coming over for dinner on Thursday, but it doesn't taste the same. So it was so nice to have my Thai green curry and some eggnog and to catch up with my friends. I also was able to, as I mentioned, meet Adrian's roommate, which was really, really nice. And it was just nice to have conversation with people that isn't surface level. I feel like that's one thing that I'm missing here in England. And when I sit down and, you know, we do the videos with Paul where we're saying, let's have thought-provoking conversation and whatnot, you know, those are the deep conversations that I used to get into with my group of friends at home, where I don't feel like I have that space or intimacy with very many people here in England just yet. So it was like, not to make it sound deeper than what it was, but it was like what was needed. It really was what was needed. And it's nice to have those people in your life that even if you don't talk to them every day, even though you don't see them all the time, you can just kind of pick up exactly where you left off. So it was really nice. The last day the last full day really, we were in Edmonton. I had to go have a follow-up doctor's appointment, which was nice. We got a lot of answers for, if you've seen some of our other videos where, you know, Paul and I sit down and we chat, you know that we've been trying for a baby for some time now, and we did get some answers on that, which we'll share in due time. But yeah, hopefully one day sooner than later we have good news to share on that front. But nonetheless, it was really nice to just kind of have a wrap up with my doctor and just come back to England with more understanding of where we are. Honestly, I'm sharing the aspects of us going to the doctors because I think that that's a big part of, honestly, the healthcare system here in the UK. It's quite challenging, and you'll hear a lot of people talk about it, but I feel like nobody wants to slag off the healthcare system here because it is free, but then it's not really free, is it? Because you pay for it in your taxes. And again, I know that some of my videos where it's other expats watching, you know, and you talk about the differences and whatnot, but between the UK and Canada, I personally pay for my healthcare in my visa. So I pay for it once. I pay for my healthcare here with my taxes, like everybody else does. And then to potentially have to go private for certain things because you can't get in to see a doctor here, you're paying for it 3 times. And then if you have to pay for whatever treatment that you need, you're paying 4 times. Like, it's mind-boggling. So I did want to share the aspects of me going to the doctor at home because it is a real part, and it was a huge part of me going home when I did. Because if I had to pay to go private for the things that I got done at home, that would have been the cost of my trip. So it made more sense to go home and get these things done and get to see my family and get to see my friends and get to go do things because I was going to spend the same amount of money anyways. Does that make sense? So I feel like I'm ending it on quite a low note, but it was honestly nice to go home. But I'll say in summary, I think when you're an expat, you can over-romanticize home. And where is my phone? Oh, right here. I have to read you this quote that I saw on Instagram this week because it completely summed up how I was feeling. And I had put something up on Instagram, if you follow us over on the Daily Davis, or if you follow on my personal Instagram account. And I was just talking about how you feel like you don't really have a home because home doesn't feel like home anymore. Right, so I don't even know what book it's from, but it says Diaspora Blues. So here you are, too foreign for home, too foreign for here, never enough for both. And when I went home, I expected to feel like, I'm home, I can relax now. And I'm this like weird amalgamation between not feeling like I fit in with Canadian things anymore, but then I don't feel like I fit in here. And I think I'm leaning more towards here, even though I'm obviously still very, very Canadian. Yeah, it was just really, really interesting. But what I will say is, even though it was a little bit of a bittersweet feeling, going home because I felt that disconnect. It's allowed me to come back to England in a lot better of a mindset because I can see the things that I prefer here and feel like I've made the best choice for myself and what the things I want out of life. And I think now that I've seen that, I can stop over romanticizing the idea of home. Does that make sense? Does anybody else feel like that? Did anyone make it to the end of this video? That's where I'm at, and that is the trip in a nutshell.
I don't like being on my own. I could use someone to hold, and I've been trying to fill the void, but my bed is getting cold. Cause I don't have you, I don't have us, at least not anymore. You said you had to go away just to figure out who you are, and I'm in this empty house with your pictures on my wall. But I don't have you, I don't have us, at least not anymore. Now I'm just waiting for love, waiting for love. Try to forget about you makes me restless. Waiting for love, waiting for love. I don't know what else I can do. It's hopeless to be holding on to you. I guess we forgot about the way we could sit and talk all night. We just let the good times pass and got caught up in our fights. I say I don't mind, but that's a lie. Thought we'd work it out.
I hope you made it to the end. Do let me know if you did. Do let me know if you're an expat and you have felt a similar way. I know a lot of people that I've spoken to that are expats here in the UK, whether they're from South Africa, whether they're from Brazil, etc. They've gone through this feeling as well, and it's been really nice to bounce my feelings off of them. But it was a little bit bittersweet. Anyways, my friends, I hope that you are having a great day whenever you see this video. And I hope you've considered subscribing to this channel. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.